Alright, so for today, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the perform the month-end close for this case study. At the end of the activity, I need to provide my Excel file as well as the PDF package of the financial statement. I'll be guided by the organizational chart as well as the trial balance that was provided to me. So at the high level, this is the organizational chart. We have here series um, couple of companies and their relationship to one another. So we have here the organizational chart of ABC company, and I would assume the ABC company is this aligned midstream partner coming from this one, and the parent company is Tailwater Energy, wherein Tailwater invested to align midstream. And midstream, on the other hand, the amount received from Tailwater will be reinvested to two other entities. One is a corporation and the other two would be disregarded entities. It will be holding 100% investment to these companies, wherein the equity method of investment will be used in recording the transactions. So in equity investment of accounting, if there is dividend distribution, that means dividends investments were decreased. On the other hand, if there is a income that has been reported during the period, it will be reported as an addition to investment and an addition to an income. So the credit could be income from subsidiaries, or it could be equity in net in equity in investment. It's not a cost method, but but equity method is going to be used. So we're given this one in an organizational chart. We're also given I have here, I put in advance here the steps, just very high level. um if if there's a requirement to provide the financials to the CFO at the end of it, at the end of by 15 of the 15 at the end of each month. So there's a likelihood that at least we have to make a preparation earlier than that. Ideally, some companies it will take a while to do the closing for and capturing all the necessary expense and income items. So mostly um for those companies, they ensure that they'll be able to have everything done by 5th day of the following month. um it's very ambitious if they will be able to finish it on the 3rd. There will be a lot of work to be done, but just to give more leeway into preparing the month and close, there are some companies that would allow until the 10th of the following month. But there are companies I've worked with that they have to ensure that the all income and expense items are being recorded 5th day of the following month. So this is just for purposes of the discussion. Hopefully, when we receive the trial balance, everything has been completed. The most would be 10th, because there is a deadline to submit the financials to the CFO by 15th of the end of each month. 5 days to make the preparation of the closing. So when we receive the trial balance, um, ideally there should not be no more adjustments. But if someone doing the closing, there will be some checking to be done, like ensure that their depreciation has been included. Sometimes those things were forgotten, accruals, things like that. So if those things were forgotten, then it has to be incorporated in the financial statement. In this case, since there are investments to various companies, these companies need to to provide the results of operations to us, because that will be the basis in the computation of the cost of investment at the end of each month, wherein the basis would be the results of operation. So if the company is going to declare dividend, and such dividend will be recorded in our books as a reduction in our investment. On the other hand, if the company reported a net income, since we have a share in that net income, it will be recorded as an addition to our investment. and a corollary addition to our income also. So in the closing of the financials, the first books or financial that needs to be closed first is the income statement, followed by the statement of members' equity if it's a partnership, if it's a corporation, statement of stockholders' equity, followed by the balance sheet, and last is the cash flow. There are instances that there is a requirement to do some variance analysis um, as part of the package. But because we have very limited information, I'll just leave it. I cannot provide this one. I'll just focus more on this information as required. Alright, so for the month-end checklist, as someone doing the recon, as I mentioned earlier, we have to ensure that there are bank reconciliation that's been done, all suppliers' invoices have been posted, all income items were recognized, meaning if there's a need to accrue, then accrue. If there's a need to defer, then we need to defer. Defer meaning we have received income in advance, and of course we should not recognize everything, but we have to defer a portion of that one. And then if there's a accrual that needs to be made, then we have to perform accrual not only on the side of the expenses but also on the side of the income. And of course we have to do the recurring depreciation, right? Depreciation or amortization. We have to check if this is also being done. Sometimes this has been overlooked. Alright, so let's now proceed. First, we have to, since this is the first time that I'm going to do the month-end close, I have to revisit the account title for me to be familiarized with the account titles that I will encounter later on. I have here the cash, accounts receivable, PPE, inventory, vendor deposits, goodwill, intangible asset, accounts payable, investment in subsidiaries, okay, accounts payable, accrued liabilities, deferred revenue, current portion of long-term debt, other long-term liabilities, parent contribution, this is the parent, partners, for those who would like to, aside from the parent, there could be some partners who would like to invest in our company. Retained earnings, this one, 4,000, this is the start of revenue. And then followed by other listing revenues, commodity sales, processing, treating, NGL transport fees, another commodity sales. So this account, high-level account title were used based on, I think this is the GAAP account grouping. Okay, we have here the intercompany revenue. Intercompany revenue, alright, this could be offset with intercompany expenses. So due from. We have here cost of sales, excluding depreciation and amortization, operating expenses, and general administrative expenses. The other income and expense, it's here. And then we have here the last income taxes. So if this is a corporation, there's a 20% flat rate. However, we can make a proposal, but this is not a corporation, this is a partnership. The preparation of tax form is the 1065, so there is K1s to be prepared, but that's another point of discussion. So let's just move into the closing of the books. So we have here the trial balance, and let's make an assumption that this is the final balance. There will be no more adjustments. Adjustments have already been made. Alright? I'll not make any adjustments here anymore. Actually, okay, I stand corrected. I notice here that there's an intercompany expense. Let's just this one. And then we have here intercompany. I saw that one. Intercompany revenue. Alright? So what we could do, we can eliminate this one. So how can we do the elimination? So if this is credit, if this is credit, so we have to debit that one, 582.47. All right? So if we have to add this, the credit less debit would be this one, 0. And then the corollary credit would be this one, the intercompany expense. So we have to put here the 395, 582.47. So expense debit less credit would be 0. All right? So just make sure when we receive trial balance, we have to ensure to the amount is really 0. Okay? And then let's copy it here. See, it's 0. That's one way to perform the month-end closing, because there are instances, um, it is a guidance for us anyway. So here, what we could check is, let's check first how much is the net income or net loss. So let's identify, since this has been arranged. We can see in here that the sales starts here, go down. Let's just put a color, so it will be easier for us to identify. And then let us total this one. So when we prepare our income statement, we will have already an idea as to how much should we expect to be at the balance. So in this case, because this is in thousands, it's 661. All right. Negative meaning it's in profit, credit side. So the next thing we will do is we have to plot these numbers to income statement. So what we need to do is to put numbering here, so it will be easier to transfer the information. Like here, let's put 1, view. Let's put here 2, 3. We'll use the numbers later on. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it will be easier. And then here we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright? So it could guide us. Let us get the number. Okay. So we have to put numbering here as a reference. We'll start first with, so we'll not get overwhelmed. We'll start here with the income statement. So here we have one gathering of, actually, it's one gathering revenue. Let's put it one here. And then field salaries, we have here 2. So put 2 here. Control C. There. And then job materials, we have number 3. So Control C up to contractors. Wait, hold on. There. Because Control C. Contractor services is number 4. And then safety supplies, field office, general administrative expenses, or 5. Okay, Control C. Next is rental. There, we have to stop at rating. And then next is rental, number 6, there. And then repair and maintenance, 7. Control C. Okay, we stop at RM parts treating. For ad valorem, we have 8. Okay. Now, we have here the corporate overhead, office salaries, 7,000. We have 9. And then the next is business development, but we have to cover this 9 up to payroll fees. For business development, let's put 10. Let's also include the meals and travel. Business development covers enticing or well, more of attracting would be customers, so it would entail meals and entertainment and even travel. Then we have office lease, 11. And then next is insurance, 12. 12. Office expenses, number 13. Parking. Let's insurance, office expenses. So let's cover parking under general office expenses. But for yeah, until supplies. For data and license, number 14, I think we have to cover here. But for telephone, that would be under general office expense. Professional fees, number 15. Legal fees would be 15. Non-recurring, we have 16. Now let's go to what else we failed to include. Let's get this one. Trial balance. Depreciation, we have there 18. Interest expense, 19. 17. Interest expense is 19. Income loss of subsidiaries. Let's put this as other income. Alright. So the next thing that we could do here is, since we have the numbers here, we'll do a sum it. So formula, recently use sum if. So let's go to trial balance, go to reference, criteria, here, the sum range, then okay. And then since this is in thousands, and then just -1. Alright, so divide this by thousands times 1, and then we put $sign. Alright, same thing applies here. But this one, we have to divide this by 1,000. Theta here. Sorry, we have to put $sign. Alright, then copy this one. And then copy this one. Then copy this one. This one, alright. So if we will look in the trial balance, the should be net income is 661. But if you will notice here, let's do how it's being done. So it's just being added. let's go first. This is the total revenue, the total operating expenses. This is the asset level, earnings before income tax and doubtful accounts. So revenue less operating expenses. This is the EBITDA. And then we have here the corporate overhead. We have the corporate level. So asset level less the corporate overhead. This is the corporate level EBITDA. So we have other income and expenses. So this is the residual income. So what we could do is, alright, I forgot to, alright, this one, it should be multiplied by times -1. Alright, but 269 less 74 less 99 plus the income 661. So this is the income. The income is 661. Did we get it right? So that's correct. Now next is, as I mentioned, after you do the income statement, the next financial statement that we have to work in is the statement of members' equity. Alright? So here, the income statement, for income rather, we could pick it from here. There. Alright? Now, if you will notice, what's the unhide? If you will notice, it says here that the balance is 49,418, the total. But if we go here in the trial balance, beginning, this is the beginning balance. I'm going to highlight. And then if we're going to sum it up, from the contributions from parent down to retained earnings, and then divide it by 1,000. So essentially, the beginning balance should be 92,911.70, right? But here it shows 49. Just put it here. Should be beginning balance. I don't know if this is really intentionally put here. I don't have the numbers here. Anyhow, it will not affect the total, but the only thing that will affect is this one. There should be balance for the beginning, as you can see in the trial balance, is the 92,911.70. But the one that's in here is the 49. So, as noted in console, we have here the 49. Alright? Alright. So, the should be ending balance, is, okay, hold on, this one times -1. The should be ending balance is the 92. Rather, the should be, hold on, the should be beginning balance is 92. The should be beginning balance is 92, but as noted here in the console, you only see the 49. So, this is the adjustment in the beginning balance. The 43. So, I'll put it here. Alright, I'll put it here. Hold on. I'll just put the numbers here, 43,494. All right. So that's this is the should be beginning balance, as you can see here, the 92,912 there. And then here for the contribution from parent, this will form part of our capital contribution coming from the parent. This one, credit less debit, and then if you have to multiply this by 1,000, the answer is 2878, or equivalent to 2879. All right, 2879. So I think we also have to round this off, 92,912. There. So this one, for the capital contribution, we have to put it here, 2879. So essentially, our balance for the equity would be 96,452, which should go here. All right, there. Ah, got it wrong. Should put it here. There. Okay. Now, the next thing we have to work on is the trial balance. This one. What we did in the income statement, we will also do for our trial balance. G can put what number? What's the ending number here? IS. 19. We'll do 20 here. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Alright? So let's just copy this one. And then this will be helpful when we try to figure out the numbering for our trial balance. So for cash, let's start at 20 here. 20. And then for accounts receivable, 21. Vendor deposit, as you can see, it's 24. Prepaid expenses, we have here 22. Even prepaid insurance. Real estate, let's put that as other asset. 24. And then for the building, 23. So we put it here, all related PPE, until we reach accumulated depreciation. So you can notice here, capitalized loan cost, this will form part as another asset. Let's put it under 24. Investment, these are investments, so let's put this under 24 also. Other asset. Let's see. Depreciate. Yeah. Other asset, 24. Accounts payable, we have 25. Accrued is 26. Long term, we have 27. There. So, similar with what we did earlier. Similar with what we did with income statement, we will do some if function. formula sum if, let's go to trial balance here, criteria here, sum range there, and then divide this by 1000 LC. Oh, I'm sorry, it should be $sign here. Let's copy this one here, this one, see. Alright, so in this part we have to multiply times -1. I'll put a -1 here times this one. Alright, so there we have the data now. The next thing we have to do is the cash flow. For cash flow, there are some data that has been auto-populated. So what we have here, capital contribution, we'll get it from here, which is 2879. The net income is there. So this is showing the balancing figure. For this one, operating, first we have to get the depreciation, which is, in our trial balance, the depreciation is 99. Let's just put the 99 there as an addition. And then for this one, accounts receivable, we go to balance sheet. So you can see here, the thought process is, so you can see the variance from 1771 to 1530. If it's a decrease in the asset for indirect method, we have to add this, the 241. Alright, we have to add this one. For prepaid, we have to add it also. That's the opposite for accounts payable. For accounts payable, if it's decreasing, like this one, then we have to subtract. Right, this one and this one, we just copy. Let me think. If it's decreasing, an addition, correct. Like for receivable, if your receivable decreases during the period, that means you were able to collect cash. That's my reference point for asset. For liabilities, if it decreases because you pay off, so it's a reduction to cash. So this has a decrease. So this one plus 301. Cash flow. Cash flow code there. Alright. So what else is missing? The other asset. We'll put this on hold. Expenditures, mostly for investing. This is for acquisition of property. So let's go to balance sheet. Let's have here the beginning balance of the property is 56,855. Then remember we have depreciation of 99. And then we have here the ending balance. The ending balance is decreasing 56 228. Let's see if we properly identify the assets. The 24 is 23 is the asset trial balance. So building, office equipment, information, line pipes, bulbs, measuring equipment, miscellaneous, surveying, acquisition, professional services. This should not be under okay, there has been some sort of uh let's see this one, let's, because it has been mixed, we need to put this under environmental costs, other costs. Acquisition is okay, but professional services, 1610 professional services, but it's put under property, plant and equipment. Okay, because here it's our guide from 1500 down to 1700, from let us see, from 1510 down to 1700. See, from 1510 down to 1700. All right, so I think we were able to capture based on the chart of accounts. So let's go here, let's go back. So the, as you can see, the PPE beginning is 56,855, but it went down to 56,228. So what's the net impact? The net impact is, there is a net impact, net reduction of 627. So that means there is a, I can say, reduction to 8, 8, and then dispositions or disposals, and then they call that, the other is in the other asset. Let's go to balance sheet. For other asset, we have here the 47,931, but as you can recall, we have here a change, the 43, the adjustment. So let's see, 4437. So if we go here in the balance sheet, we have here 4437. So there's a floating one there. Where can we find that one? 528, balance sheet. 3103. Hold on, 3103. But everything's correct here. Trial balance is 91, 99, 92. Everything is correct. What's the matter? They're just a floating 1,000. 691, 241, 241, 21, 3103, and then 137, 4437. Or if we were going to make this 4438, so that's it. So this is how we're going to present our the financials. So let's hide this one and even this one. Hide. This is the adjustment as I've shown, and this one is the cash flow. So I'll just create a they call this um I just put it here, and then save as PDF, put it in desktop. Let's put here IS because this is IS. Save. And then the balance sheet. I'll hide this one, it might be taken. File, save as. Desktop. PS. And then save. Maybe we need to include this one. But anyway, if this is the only one required. Petty cash. This one. I'll hide this one as well. File, save as. Data. Move or copy. File, save as. Hold on, file, save as. And then this one, desktop. PDF. This is the partner's capital. What happened? Repeat this one because it was not captured correctly. File, file, page layout, break, insert page break. Orientation, set print area, because this is the print area. Orientation, landscape. Alright, file, save as desktop, PDF, partners capital, let's see, yes. I think we have to close this, browse, save, yes. Let's see how it looks like. There. Maybe we need to fix this one as well. Where is the balance sheet? This one. Delete. And then there. Gotcha. Then file. Let us close the balance sheet here. Save as this balance sheet. There. And then last but not the least is the cash flow. Actually, I don't know where to get this one. 3405. As of 831, you will need this. 3405. 2019. It's able to cover for the movement. I don't know. I wish to know the right answer. File, print, no. View, this one. And then file, save as. Cash flow. So this one. So I was able to fulfill, but I think I admit I could have an error here because I wasn't able to figure this one out. Alright, so I'll be saving this video in the link. I'll provide the link to my to the email I will be sending in a short while. Thank you. Thank you so much.